Hey folks, it's Cornell with YouTube Fishing Vids. Well, I think I must be the craziest fisherman in town because I've got my local lake 100% to myself on a Saturday morning. There's not a soul in the boat ramp parking lot, guys. This place is dead, and probably because it's about 35 degrees out here with a crisp wind chill. The wind's blowing, it's probably in the low 20s as a wind chill, maybe lower. So folks, it's mid-Atlantic, mid-November, and this time of year can be crazy because the mid-Atlantic sometimes goes from straight summer to straight winter and hardly a fall in between. The water temps have dropped from 58 to 60 degrees down to about 49 to 51 degrees in about a week. So I've got some tough fishing ahead of me, and I know it's going to be challenging, but this is the time of year when you can sometimes get the biggest bass of your life. The numbers might be down, but the big fish might be up. So we're going to see what we can do. But what's special about this video is it's brought to you by Karl's Bait and Tackle. For my friends at Mystery Tackle Box, they want you to know that you can get early access to the big Black Friday sale that's coming on if you want to take advantage of a 30-day free trial of Karl's Club. Guys, there's some huge discounts going on. 30% off on tons and tons of merchandise, apparel, tackle, even subscriptions on Mystery Tackle Box. So click the link below, take a look what I'm getting at. You've got free shipping for only a purchase of about $25. $25 gets you free shipping. A lot of the sites out there, you got to spend about 50 bucks just to get free shipping out of the deal. So what I did is I went ahead and tested the theory. I went ahead and, of course, being a team member of the Mystery Tackle Box crew, I was challenged to go on the site and make a purchase like I'm one of you guys to see what I can do. And I basically just clicked the Karl's Club membership. Got a free membership for 30 days. It gave me all the discounts that I'm going to be getting and what you all are going to be getting, and I loaded up on a couple baits, spent $26 and got free shipping, and it came in about 3 days. So I've got 3 to 5 days, I think it was, when it came down to it. So I got a box full of baits that I know are perfect for this time of year. I was able to pick and choose from a whole bunch of awesome tackle. Guys, you got to check out the site. They have got all kinds of great brand names and great tackle, and every day it's growing. There's more and more things being added. So look at the first bait I grabbed. I grabbed a KVD Sexy Ghost Minnow jerkbait. How can you go wrong with that bait? I've got a couple of these. I just didn't have this color, and it's jerkbait season, folks. I've got, like I said, 49 degrees. The jerkbait's going to be on, and I'm going to be fishing that bait today. So check out the other bait I got out of here. Kitech. Guys, they're selling Kitech at Karl's Bait and Tackle. Tell me that's not high-end stuff. That's a Kitech Easy Shiner 4-inch and a Pro Blue. I was actually throwing the same bait in another color in my last video and whacked a giant crappie, and I've caught tons and tons of fish. That is a subtle, sweet swim bait that you can throw in the wintertime and get them in some pressured water. Now here's another great bait. Check this out, the Death Stalker. The Death Stalker exclusive by Catch Go. I had to get a couple more of these blade baits. Probably one of my favorite and one of the coolest blade baits out there. This thing was in one of my Mystery Tackle boxes way back when, and I only had the gold. I never had the chrome, and now I got both because I lost this one. I don't have any left. So now I got 2 more because I was able to go to Karl's Bait and Tackle and actually buy what I wanted and buy what I needed. And having been introduced to some of these baits in my Mystery Tackle boxes, here's an opportunity for you to just go to the website, Karl's Bait and Tackle, buy what you want, load up on specific baits that you loved so much if you happen to be a member of Mystery Tackle Box subscriptions. Now, check this out. The last 2 baits that I've got in my shipment were KVD Perfect Plastics Dream Shots. I got 2 bags of Dream Shots, a Sungill and a Morning Dawn, one of the best drop shot baits out there. And folks, when I saw the math and I saw the discounts I got on all these baits, and I knew I didn't get any shipping charges, I ultimately, with all the discounts, got these 2 bags for free when you look at it that way. So that's how good the discounts are. You end up basically, depending on how you look at it, you can say, oh, I got all this stuff and got some for free. I just got a good deal on the whole package. Great concept. Great company, great teammates of mine. And guys, go check them out. The link's below. If it works for you, now got an opportunity for early access, but you don't have to be a Karl's Club member to actually get the deals that are coming on for Black Friday. So if you want to shop on Black Friday, be sure you hit it and hit it hard. It's time to do some shopping because fishing is going to be slowing down. You might want to load up for what's coming next season. But if you're like me and you're crazy, get out in this cold weather and try and get a giant. That's what we're about to do. Stay tuned. For a lot of you guys that have watched a lot of my videos in the past, from crankbaits to jerkbaits, I mean, this is just an absolutely gorgeous bait. And I'm going to do one little deal that I've always done with my jerkbaits. I'm going to be losing this split ring. This split ring is going to go. Basically, I use owner hyper welded quick snap in lieu of this split ring, and what that does for me is it just lets me change baits that much quicker, guys. It's not a swivel, it's just a simple snap in place of this. So it lets me change my baits. It keeps me from having to tie too many knots and lose too much fluorocarbon line because I'm throwing down on some 12-pound test fluorocarbon. Check this out. There it is, guys. Just a little hyper welted quick snap in lieu of a split ring. That's all this is going to be. So now without that split ring, I'm just going to be clipping on my bait And guys have all kinds of different routines with their jerk baits. Some lose them all together and use loop knots, but look how quick that was. Just a quick snap, and I'm on, guys. I'm ready to fish. And anytime I need to change my bait, if the sun comes out, I need something a little shinier, or if the wind's blowing and the conditions a little more murky, I need to change baits. That's all we need to do is change it up with that little split, with that hyper welded quick snap. So that's how that's going to roll. We're going to get out fishing, and now we've got the first Karl's bait and tackle bait that I've ever acquired, thanks to them. And I'm going to see if I can catch myself some wintertime, early wintertime bass. So let's get out there on a main lake point and throw down. Okay, now that I'm actually out on the main lake and the wind's hustling, I went in and put on the reel hat because it's brisk out here. I may even be putting on some gloves here in a minute, but I'm going to get across this point. It's blowing across this point beautifully. And guys, I am very anxious to test out this KVD jerkbait. And I'm telling you right now, it's a beauty. I mean, look at this bait. It is all hooked up. Sexy Ghost minnow. I've got it on 12-pound test fluorocarbon. I got a Lew's custom speed stick, the jerkbait special, and I've got a high-speed Lew's reel ready to roll. So I'm going to get this place positioned. I'm going to put wind to my back, basically throw across the point, see if I can cover some water, and get myself my first, what I'm going to call winter bass. So I only have a few hours to fish, so it's going to be a tricky day. This jerkbait's going to be what I'm going to be throwing early here in the morning. That's pretty much going to be the time I'm throwing this bait to see if I can get that early morning jerkbait bite. But I've already seen a lot of fish down deep. A lot of fish are already getting down deep. They're already down deep in general. Very few fish up shallow, and very few fish suspended at this point. With this cold snap, with that high water and that rain that we had, these fish are definitely in a weird position. So that blade bait and that drop shot's going to come into play, and I'm definitely going to be slow crawling that little Kitech across the bottom in front of these fish's nose. But I'm going to see, just in case, if we get that, like I said, early morning jerkbait bite, and try and get one of those suspended big ones to come up and eat it. Otherwise, we've got the arsenal, we got the baits, thanks to Karl's Bait and Tackle, to throw down and hopefully get one or two or more. Just saw some suspended fish. It's actually, the water temp is 51 degrees. It's not absolutely crazy with water temps. There's plenty of active fish in those water temperatures. It's just the transition and the drop in temperatures is what's killing me right now. So it's going to be tough to get these fish moving, but we've got the right baits to do it. And if there's any that are willing to eat, we're going to put it in front of them and give them a chance. I'm not giving a lot of pauses to my jerkbait in 51-degree water. It's pretty erratic. I'm giving a good snap and only a couple seconds in between. If I feel like there's a chance I need to slow down, I will, but right now I'm really trying to get that reaction right, really trying to get that active fish to eat this jerkbait. So at 51-degree water, we don't have to have a long pause with these baits like we will when the water gets real cold. So I'm just taking it one point at a time to see if we can get one. All right, folks, check it out. It's time to break out the blade bait. Folks, that jerkbait bite's tough. I mean, I had a feeling it was gonna be a brutal scene that way, but the Death Stalker's coming out because I just found a crazy lip right at 20 feet, dropping down into like almost 40 feet of water off this point with a stack of fish. Now, I'm not gonna say they're gonna bite, but they're there. I threw a buoy marker out there, and if there's any bait to get down quick and fast and be moving, it's gonna be this blade bait in this colder water. So I'm gonna throw down. I'm gonna see if I can get anything to react to it. It casts a country mile on a 7-foot medium fast shaky head special rod, another custom speed stick that I love so much. And it's 12-pound test braid, and I've got 10-pound test fluorocarbon leader for this little blade bait. And I'm gonna wait till it hits the bottom. I'm gonna do little hops, just real little hops, let it flutter down right on top of those fish's head, and hopefully one will pick it up. So let's get on it and see what I can do. All right, I had to get out of that wind. That wind is hustling way out on that main lake, and it's coming out of the northeast, and it was really moving. So it was tough to keep on that little buoy marker I had. I got right on top of the fish with that blade bait, but they weren't biting. And that wasn't a big group of fish anyway, so I just wanted to test the waters. And I'm gonna get out here into some more calm water so I can throw the drop shot, that little Kitech swim bait, and definitely maybe throw that jerk bait and that little blade bait around a little bit more. I'm gonna locate fish, guys. I'm basically not gonna make a cast unless I see something to throw at. And with that said, let me cruise around a little bit, see if I can find them, and then we'll see what kind of bait works for whatever I find. Stay tuned. Haven't showed this one to you yet. There's the pro blue color and that beautiful Kitech Easy Shiner. I dipped the tail in a little chartreuse to kind of emulate the bluegill that are running around in here. And I got this hooked up on another shaky head special, little 7-foot spinning outfit. 12-pound test, 10-pound test fluorocarbon leader, piece of cake setup. I'm just gonna let that sink to the bottom. I've got a little drop right here in about 20 feet of water. There's all kinds of fish just roaming. I'm just gonna throw this a little while, see if I can pick something up on a little subtle finesse swim bait. All right, folks, it's been a couple hours. I got the sun shining, the wind is still hustling, and I got the jerkbait out again because there's this last point that I like to fish with a jerkbait just before I put it up pretty much for the day. It's going to be a blade bait. It's going to be the drop shot, and it's definitely going to be that swim bait I'm going to be throwing, that little Kitech. So I'm going to put this to its test just a couple more casts, and like I said, you know, I've already thrown the blade bait a little bit. I've actually thrown that little swim bait just here and there, but guys, it's tough. It's absolutely brutal fishing. I've never seen I don't know if I've ever seen my lake this high. The lake is just way up, and that's going to really affect the fishing big time, I'm sure. I really don't even know how to fish this lake when it's this high, and I really don't know what the fish might be doing when this happens because I've never seen it really get up this much. So let's just keep at it and let's see how the day goes. I got a couple more hours. Okay guys, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Nothing on the jerkbait, nothing on a drop shot, nothing on even my blade bait or swim bait at this point. But I think I got a school of crappie. I know this little Death Stalker is gonna beat up these crappie to death if they're right here. And I see a whole bunch of them. Let's just get on top of a couple of these and do a little vertical jigging with this Death Stalker. It's an absolutely awesome bait for all kinds of species, including crappie. So I'm gonna drop it right down here by this bridge piling. The wind's hustling right here underneath the bridge. I'm gonna let it get down about 10, 20 feet, which is where I saw these crappie at, and see if I can pluck off a couple nice slabs. Don't have the means to bring, oh, there he is. I got him on the first drop, guys. I'm telling you right now, this Death Stalker is the deal. Wow, it feels like, oh man, that's a decent slab. First drop with my Death Stalker. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a great blade bait. I love this thing, and this is a great fish. There's a ton of these down there. Look at the size of that. So that's what we're dealing with right here underneath the bridge. I'm gonna whack a couple of these. Like I said, real windy. I'm almost running this pelican into the pillar, but I'm gonna throw down, see how many of these I can pull off, and I'll continue the afternoon with some of these great baits out from Karl's Bait and Tackle. So hang tight, I'm fighting the wind. Let's see if I can do that again. Man, the wind is blowing out here. Figures to be blowing this direction right underneath the bridge. But just right there, about, like I said, 10, 20 feet, barely gotta let it down and just start jigging. Oh, got a bite. There we go. Number 2. Feels like a little bit smaller fish. Yep, little smaller one. But guys, I'm telling you right now, again, like my last video, if I had a stringer, I'd be in great shape. There are tons and tons of crappie schooling up like this in the fall. That's a dink. Let's see how many more we can catch. Let's try and get a couple more slabs and then move on and try and get some bass. There we go. That feels like a better fish. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Oh, nothing big. Just another small one. I'm not going to stay here too long, guys. I'm just getting my line tugged, which is really, really fun, and you never know. A giant slab might bite, and there are sometimes some big bass mixed up in here next to the bridge pilings with these crappies. So as long as I don't run into this bridge, I'll be in good shape. Jeez Louise, that was a heck of a bite. Wow, that's a great looking fish. Now I get the big ones and I get the small ones, and again, this Death Stalker whacks them, guys. I don't know how long I'm going to sit here and play with these, but there's something biting, and if I can get something to bite, I'm going to keep fishing at them. Look at that loaded screen, guys. I mean, that is absolutely loaded with crappie. So I'm just dropping straight down with this Death Stalker. It's heavy, it gets down quick, getting right in the middle of school, and just a little vertical jigging is all it takes. Oh my God, what a bite. Crazy. That thing whacked it for a little fish. That was insane. I'm probably going to catch a crappie literally on every drop with as many fish as I'm seeing in here right now. So let's just have a little fun, guys. There we go. That was cool. That was a nice one. That's a decent fish. I got a little sun. The bridge was hiding how pretty these fish are for a minute there. So yeah, guys, it's non-stop with these crappie. I was doing a little kind of a cast retrieve, a little hop as I reeled it in on that one. They're all stacked up underneath here, so I'm going to keep throwing, see if I can get one more, 2 more big ones, just roll out and go for the bass. Oh my gosh, if this is a fish, guys, it's huge. I don't know what I just caught. It doesn't even feel like it's swimming right now. If this is a fish, it's a big bass. I'll bet you guys anything on my Death Stalker. Or I just snagged something. I don't know what the heck this is, but now it's swimming. Oh my gosh, I snagged a big old crappie. Oh my gosh, it was feeling huge because it was coming in sideways. Golly, this thing catches. I thought I had it, guys. I thought it was game on, because there are tons and tons of times that you'll be catching all kinds of stuff on these blade baits, and then a big old bass comes up out of a crappie school and destroys it. So yeah, I'm having a blast right now. I'm actually catching fish. Literally, I'm telling you folks right now, I've caught a crappie for about 15 to 20 casts straight. I'm not even joking. I'm just not going to show them to you all. You all can see what I'm doing with it. Right next to a big old bridge piling, and they are stacked thousands deep right here, I guarantee you. So next time I'm definitely bringing a cooler, but right now I'm just having some fun. This might be it for me, guys. It's been a brutal day. I had some great baits I got out of Karl's bait and tackle. I knew all of those were going to work in one way, shape, or form. I knew at least one of these blade baits would catch some fish, and maybe the drop shot, but the bass are just being really, really tough today, but the crappie are not. Let's get another cast out there. There we go. Another one. Decent. Wow. All right, I found a few bigger ones. Nothing huge. Probably enough to bring home to a meal, but again, no stringer, guys. No stringer. So yeah, if you all hadn't heard about this blade bait, this Death Stalker, I'm telling you guys, that thing right there catches everything that swims, and definitely whacks a crappie, crushes cold winter bass, and it's just a great technique. And if you ever get your hands on a couple of these, I'm telling you, they're well worth it. And right now with the Black Friday sale that's going on, this would be a great time to pick up a handful. They do get hung up. You do lose a few here and there. Once you learn to fish them, you tend to do a little better when it comes to keeping them from getting hung up, but grab yourself a few. They're really a great deal right now. There we go. Oh my gosh, I think I snagged another one. I got another I don't know, this one's feeling a little different. I think I snagged another one on the side. It's really pulling, but then again, it's pulling a little bit. Let's see, it's got to be a snagged fish. Let's see, got to be. Yep, it sure is. Yep, another one snagged in the side. That's how thick they are, guys. They're so thick, I'm snagging them in the side. And yeah, that's the second one snagged like this, so it says a lot about how many crappie are down there, that's for sure. Oh, there he goes. All right, back you go. So when I first started whacking these crappie, I was vertical jigging. I saw them right underneath me, right next to the bridge piling, and they're so stacked in there, I was just plucking them off straight up and down. What I found is that with that big giant school right there, casting this Death Stalker right over top of them and letting it sink down about 10-15 feet is making it happen. I mean, it is just absolutely awesome, because I'm letting it sink and I'm just doing a slow retrieve and just jigging it through the school, and they're whacking it. So this is also a great way to pick up the bass that might be hiding in the school too. So a couple different ways to fish the Death Stalker: vertical jigging, casting, hopping it off the bottom. Tons of different ways, tons of different species. Just absolutely killer bait. Oh, I got whacked on my swim bait, guys. Let's see what it is. I hope it's it feels like a great fish. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that, guys. I'm telling you right now, that's two baits I picked out of my I picked when I went shopping on Karl's bait and tackle, and there it is. There's my little blue Pro Blue Kitech 4.84-inch deal. Check that beauty out. Just a beautiful crappie. They're loaded down there, and they're eating everything, at least these two baits. So let's have a little more fun. Again, it's just a hope and a dream that I get a bass on one of these things, but in the meantime, you know I'm having fun. So this Kitech's only on a 1/8 ounce ball head jig, and these fish are down between 20 and 40 feet stacked. So I'm literally counting down to about 25, 30 count, 30 seconds while this is going down. It's sinking right now. I'm just letting it get all the way down there and just a slow retrieve through the school. And you saw what just happened. Let's see if we can get another one. All right, guys, I got a bail on the bridge. Those crappie wore me out. I'm telling you, I honestly have no idea how many crappie I just caught off that bridge. It was absolutely insane. This little Death Stalker deal is absolutely the ticket. I mean, it saves the day. It's kind of like a drop shot situation in the wintertime. And when it's really, really cold, you break out a blade bait, you never know what's going to go down. I've caught all kinds of stuff on them. But the sun's dipping. It's been a long morning into an early afternoon. I'm not going to be out here much longer. I'm going to hit one or two spots, maybe with a drop shot, maybe with a blade bait if I see fish. Only if I see them, guys. I'm telling you, I'm not throwing aimlessly at these bass. If they're down there, I'm going to throw at them. If they're not eating, they're not eating. It's all you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and get on it, see if I can get one or two more spots taken care of, then we're going to call it a day. So hang tight. All right, folks, I'm going to call it. It has been brutal. typical crazy bluebird skies, breeze. Now it calms down. Figures it calms down right when I'm about to leave. Tough day of bass fishing here in the mid-Atlantic, but a great day to come out here and challenge yourself, and a great day to get out here and keep the skunk out of the boat with a Death Stalker, thanks to Catchco and Karl's Bait and Tackle. Folks, I'm going to be fishing all winter long. So long as I've got some soft water, I'm going to be out here doing everything I can to catch some of these winter bass. Hopefully taking a trip here and there once the holiday season comes and I get a little day off here and there. But folks, remember, check out the link below. Check out Karl's Bait and Tackle. Big Black Friday sale coming on. Get early access. Get on board right now with Karl's Club and take care of business and treat yourself to some great deals out there. Folks, as always, I appreciate you joining me. As always, I appreciate you subscribing. Until we meet again, over and out.